Good morning, everyone. We're going to wait a couple of minutes for folks to start calling, logging in, and we'll get started here shortly. So welcome. Good morning, everyone. Buenos días.
No cierra. Se nos puso frío.
Ay, no, había un poquito de nieve cuando llegué. Estaba que se me caen unos flakes. Pero se va rápido, creo que no va a calentar. Hoy va a estar de 28 a 42.
Y mañana,
Mañana, esto va a ser el cloudy weekend. Pero después que no llueva para el Día de las Madres, estoy feliz.
va a ser el domingo, ¿verdad? Va a ser el día 10.
Sí.
Por fin cayó en el mismo día con nosotros. ¿Sabéis que es el segundo día, el segundo domingo del año? ¿Del mes? Para ustedes.
Sí.
Para nosotros siempre es el 10 de mayo.
El 10 de mayo. Ah,
No
pues
importa el día que cae.
Qué
Entonces va a caer
chévere.
como en el mismo día por primera vez.
Sí. Dice que va a haber un poco de lluvia.
Mayo solamente es el mejor mes para nosotros y míranos
Ay,
cerrados.
no, ay, no. Mi vive en un centro de rehabilitación porque se necesita que no llueva para poder pararme en la ventana de ella y verla.
¿No has podido verla todo ese tiempo?
La he visto por la ventana. 2 meses. Estoy histérica. Y el Día de las Madres, que es mi holiday favorito, sí.
Qué fuerte.
Ay, no, va a ser difícil. Good morning, everyone. Just a couple more minutes and we'll get started.
Mamá también tuvo una cirugía de corazón. Y justo cuando estaba empezando como en los primeros de marzo, estábamos en el hospital, nos agarró ahí. Entonces, al final de la operación, ya sabes que se quedan como 2 semanas, 10 días o 2 semanas, se fueron así como, ya no van a poder venir, era el temor, el susto, fue horrible. De dejarla sola ahí, luego con todo lo que se decía.
Y Pamaro tan delicado, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, se está recuperando bien en casa, muy bien. Pero sí nos sacó un susto muy feo.
Maria? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Good. Okay. And I could only see the panel screen, so I can't see the participants on the gallery view. Is that what you explained?
Yeah, with webinars, you can't view anybody.
Okay. Sorry. I wish I could see you guys, but I know you're logged in there. And we'll have some time to talk at the end. So good morning. Buenos dias, everyone. Welcome to Business as Unusual. We are doing something unusual today, so that's kind of exciting. But as you know, this is our weekly webinar series in order to bring resources to entrepreneurs and help manage through this COVID crisis. So today is definitely a special day, considering this week was Cinco de Mayo and everybody wanted tacos in the planet, so we'll get to talk a little bit about that. But we have the distinct pleasure of being at one of our favorite restaurants, local restaurateurs, Blue Habanero. Here talking to the owner, Rafael Ayala. related to his business and how he's been able to manage. And hopefully we can learn some cool tips. And what we all want to know is when can we get the delicious margaritas and mojitos at the bar with the amazing bartenders to serve here along with the great food. Sorry, I'm speaking for myself too. So I apologize for that. But hola, Rafael. Bienvenido. Thank you for being willing to let me into your house today here at Blue Habanero. So we wanted to know what was your inspiration for this place, because it's so different from any other Mexican restaurant you go to here in this area. So we know you have other businesses. So why is this one? What was the inspiration you had for this?
Well, I've been in the restaurant business for like over 20 years. I've been working in restaurants for over 20 years. So I started, like serving with my family. So my family's always been in the restaurant business. So we have another couple businesses that we started like 16 years ago. So I was like about 20, 21, 22 when I became an owner with my brother partner. So started from there, but time went on. So I kind of wanted to do something different, something new, more modern. So the opportunity came here to Golden Square. We found a place, and I love my culture, so I decided to do my favorite holiday behind the theme. So I chose Dia de Muertos, and well, that's it. I mean, it's just
and
that.
The food. Tell us about the menu. Like
the menu is
for the menu?
smaller menu. Usually a Mexican restaurant has
A book.
a book. Yeah. I wanted more simple, fresh, better quality. So I usually, I'm behind this restaurant, so I wanted to do that better meats, better produce, good quality. Yeah.
Sure, and it shows. You have started like gangbusters, right? How long has it been that you guys have been here?
A year and a few months, like, yeah, a year and a half.
Wow, so for a year and a half, in 18
Yeah.
months, you have won some incredible awards in your industry. Your business has been recognized. How does that feel? Like, how does that,
It feels great. I'm proud. I mean, we've done in such a short time. I think we've done a good job. The people loves us. We love the community here in the Cleveland surroundings. So it's been great. Everybody's been great to us. Yeah.
That's excellent. We know that you have these ideas and these concepts, and you put them together, and you just hope they work, right?
This is
great.
I had a good feeling since the very beginning. I love everything from scratch. I love everything fresh. So from the bar to the kitchen. So all our drinks are pretty, simple, but very fresh. So that's what I like. When I like something, I like to put it out there for everybody to, enjoy. So.
That's excellent. Excellent. So obviously, we are all trying to manage through COVID-19.
Yeah.
The restaurant industry has been hit very hard, like many others, but obviously restaurants a little different. So immediately, tell me a little bit about what were some of the things that you had to do to adjust a carry-out delivery model in order to make
to survive. What I immediately did, it was like online ordering. Like I had to, my website wasn't ready for online ordering. So one of the things that I did was I got my guy working so that we could take orders online. That was the first thing. And of course, the next thing was like doing Uber Eats and DoorDash, which is not the best way to go for businesses, restaurants, because we don't have a margin of,
Yes.
So a big margin, and they take a big chunk of the money. So we had to go that route too, and it did work. So I mean, in between the calling and the online ordering, DoorDash, Uber Eats, it's been working. So one of the adjustments was that.
And did you adjust your menu, or do you still have the full menu?
My menu, like I said, is pretty simple, smaller. So I was able to keep the whole thing going on, the whole thing available.
How about employees? Have you had to lay off some employees because
I
you're not
mean,
doing dine-in? Like, what percentage?
We probably 50%. So, but you know, some of them, of course, got the option to go unemployed. So they
Trying
did
to
that
make
right
it,
away. Yeah.
sure, absolutely.
So they obviously didn't want to work. We had fewer hours to offer, so they would rather just go that route than
It was
stay
better.
working. Yeah.
Yeah,
And we understand that too. They hopefully will get them back to work soon,
absolutely.
sooner than later.
Yeah, that's the goal, right? We want
Yeah.
everybody back to work. As you know, Cinco de Mayo happened this week, right?
What a challenge! Oh my God, it
Um,
was a crazy day, craziness.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I wasn't really. We were prepared, but I wasn't expecting that much, especially because everybody even ordering ahead or ordering, trying to pick up from certain time to certain time their dinner. We couldn't possibly do it. I don't think anybody could have done it. No matter how much you prepare, it would have been impossible. So some people left disappointed, and it kind of broke our hearts because we don't do the business we don't like that model of business. We like to take care of our customers, serve everybody the right way, but we had to turn some people around. So
Yeah. No, and I think that's something that a lot of your colleagues, you were not alone, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of Mexican restaurants.
It was heartbreaking though. I mean, that they were shocked. We were like, how did we not do this the right way? But it went well.
This is new. This has never happened, right? Like a regular Cinco de Mayo, this place would have been packed, and it would have just been your regular waiting period in that event, and it would have been expected. So this was definitely be gentle on yourself. And
I demand too much of myself.
Yeah, it was definitely different. I think obviously seeing people supporting. For one day out of this entire time, Latino-based businesses, right? In a sense, it was like, okay, well, we'll take it.
I think in general, though, the communities around, the businesses are being really, really good to us. They know we got hit really hard. I mean, we were the first ones to. So the community have really been great in supporting us. So I think it's gonna work just fine.
That's great. It will work out just fine. So the whole delivery thing was new to you, or were you guys doing delivery before?
We did always delivery, but I'm not in that extent.
That massiveness of.
Yeah.
What are the things that you attribute to your success? Like, what are specific things that you could say, okay, in these 18 months, these things have really helped, and not just with this business, but your family.
The quality of the products that we use, our team that we've been very lucky to create because it's new. So my kitchen staff, my working team out here, it's been, so I attribute that to the success that we have.
Your team, I mean, I know just from firsthand experience, like the quality of the staff and the quality of the work that you guys produce has always been top class. So congratulations.
Thank you.
On that. What advice would you give other restaurateurs that are struggling, right? That haven't been able to be as quick and responsive on online ordering? Like what advice would you give? I'm
hoping that everybody has been having a success and being okay with this, but well, if you were not ready for if you didn't have your websites ready, your online ordering, get it up and running. That will help you. I know that we don't like too much the DoorDash, Uber Eats, and all these delivery partners, but they're now kind of critical for us. I mean, we have to do it. So,
have you guys been doing online marketing, or what has been your?
I usually just do social media and stuff. So I kind of post every day or as often as I can, so that reminding people, come in and help us out. We're here. Don't forget us. So if you guys have your social media, your Instagram, your Facebook, post and gain your likes so you have more followers. More people see it. Even if you have to put money into the promoting in Facebook and stuff like that, do it, it's worth it. $100 here, $100 next month. It gives you a lot.
Paid ads.
Sometimes I don't do that a lot, but when I want to have a successful event or something, I do, and it does work. So
perfect. We're definitely entering into this like virtual way of doing business and communicating with customers. What have been like some of the safety measures to make sure your staff and your customers are safe?
Well, you know that our signage, keeping distance for the customers, drivers. We try to keep our staff in the kitchen, you know, protected, and try to make our, you know, working team here out here, you know, keeping their distance and just practicing, you know, regular
Lots of hand washing, I'm sure.
Hand washing, all kind of cleaning supplies and stuff like that. So yeah.
How are you staying sane as the leader, as the owner, right? Because everybody's looking to you to figure things out and help us out. So how are you keeping your sanity in this process?
Barely keeping it.
That's honest.
No.
Right?
Well, you just have to. I mean, and keep your sanity, and then on top of that, learn everything that you have to learn to keep on top of the new, you know, thing, learning and just
learning
coping.
And teaching, right? Because you're learning it, but you're teaching it.
Coping with this different situation that we never gone through before. So it's been tough, though.
What do you do in your time off? If you have time off.
I do. And you know what? I'm going to be honest. I've been trying to rest because I have never really had the time. I always, since I remember working in the restaurant business, I don't remember ever having a peace of mind at home or just taking the time to lay at home and enjoy a movie, or always on the go. So I've been trying to spend some time for me. So
taking
rest.
Care of yourself, yes.
Yeah.
And that is the reality of most entrepreneurs, right? It's like work. And, you know, when you're sleeping, you're thinking, right? You can't even shut your brain down because ideas or you remember things you needed to do. So we want to make sure you take care of yourself because we want you to be around for a long, long time. So, you know, yesterday was a big day, so it's kind of timely that we're having this conversation around the state of Ohio, making some preliminary announcements around restaurants and bars and kind of this phased-in way in which they're going to start opening. For those of you in the audience, if you haven't caught it yet, the governor yesterday announced the ability to open restaurants for outdoor seating starting on May 15th, and then indoor seating May 22nd. What's your first reaction around the governor's announcement?
You know, I was like, well, now I'm not gonna be able to do it right away, though. I don't have an outside seating with a big capacity, so I'm just gonna have to wait until we can open inside and come up with a plan to the rules that they put in place so that we can keep the healthy distance and everybody, at least a certain extent, everybody in you know, how do you say that? Safe.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're just gonna aim for that 22nd.
I'm not trying to aim for the 15.
Yeah, well, in a week it's kind of hard.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna try to learn the measurements that they're taking and see if by the 22nd I can put, because you know I have an open plan and open space, so if I can come up with an idea, improvise. So we'll see if we can make it. Otherwise, we're gonna have to just remain for takeout and little by little.
That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Like you said, you guys are an open concept restaurant. Many restaurants are like this to try to maximize. And now, you know, they want you to have barriers between tables and some social distancing, which is very difficult when you're eating, and especially culturally for us. That
hopefully we'll start going back to normal soon.
Yeah. Are there any things that you're learning from this that you are going to continue to do Are there things that you're like, oh, okay, this works very well, whether it's delivery or
Hopefully
whether
the delivery and the takeout business will keep a little stronger. I mean, as a big help for us financially. So I'm thinking if we open with half the capacity, which is not the case, but I know we're not gonna do the great business at the beginning like we used to. But if at least with the takeout keeps doing the way it's been doing, we'll kind of, balance.
Yeah, definitely. You're testing a lot of new things, right? And like you said, we're
It's been a
learning.
challenge.
We're learning as we go. Definitely learning as we go. And you've already mentioned the community has been super supportive. Have you found that you're getting new customers? Like, what do you find? Like, obviously you're going to have your regulars that will be here no matter what. But how do you rate? Like, do you feel like this is bringing you clientele that maybe you didn't have previously?
It's kind of hard to tell because you don't see people.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I believe so. Yeah, people starting to learn that we're essential. It's a way of stress reliever. Go out and have a drink, go eat, and now that you're stuck at home, you realize, oh my God, how much I love that place, or I wanted to go to that place and I couldn't. So
yeah, that's definitely good. Anything else that we haven't talked about your business or your journey as a young entrepreneur, restaurateur, that you would share with other entrepreneurs or other restaurateurs specifically? Again, we're all pulling for the restaurant business. Like right now with the shortage of products at the stores, right? How have you navigated through some of the shortage issues?
We had to go through different providers, and some of them would not have some things, some of them would. Just go from there, but we haven't really run out of anything yet.
Okay.
But because we went and looked for the stuff that we needed, so hopefully it won't go any worse than that because we will not be able to.
What products specifically have been difficult for you?
Meats,
the meat shortage is a big concern.
Meats.
And so far you're okay, but you feel like if it
We've
goes
been so far okay, yeah, but if it goes worse than that, hopefully it won't. But I don't know. I mean, who's gonna operate without the steaks, the meat, the chicken? We'll see.
As long as they don't take my tuna ceviche, we're good. Just one of my favorite items here. Okay, so I'm gonna turn over and see if there's any questions that anybody has specific to Rafael related to Blue Habanero or his journey through COVID or professional business at all. I don't line, but you definitely could post something on the chat, or Maria, I don't know if we could open up microphones for questions.
Yeah, I can allow people to talk, and if you have a question, you can unmute yourself.
Okay, so give a couple of minutes here. What are your current hours for operations?
11 a.m. to 9.
Okay, 11 a.m. to 9. Wow, that you guys up pretty early. Mm-hmm. So definitely make sure you're getting. I am not leaving here without some delicious food today. Nice. But definitely support and promote the business here. So give everybody nice spaces.
Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
Hello, we hear you.
I don't know. I can't get on video. Is it, am I allowed to? Oh, no. I just wanted to say that I am so proud of, any entrepreneur that is just rising and seeing, and being strong during times like this. So this is just really a shout out, not a question, just a shout out.
Yeah, no.
Thank you.
Shout out.
It is a great shout out, Myra. Thank you. Because this is we've never had to do this before, right? So you just are trying to ride the bike while it's on fire and figure it out. And, it's just nobody. We're not trained for this, but
just like everybody, the government and other nations, they put a conflict, so they're learning.
We're all learning. Yeah, it is a learning process for everyone.
Yeah, I just feel like as Latinos, like we just are so resilient. And so like watching, this Facebook Live and just seeing, which by the way, beautiful interface, Maria, shout out, great job. And just, it's really awesome. So I'm just really proud to be here right now with you guys.
Thank you, Myra. Thank you for your support and your participation. This was definitely something different and new. And luckily I convinced Rafa, who's typically shy, to go on this journey with us. But it's so important for the business community to hear from its peers, right? To hear from people that look like us and sound like us. And we recognize the challenges, but also, how we're trying to get through them, right? And there's so much that we can learn from Rafa and his business as we all are trying to figure it out, right? We can learn from each other, support each other. There is a question on the group chat, which is from Victor Cruz. Victor Cruz, I don't think you've met him yet. He is one of our newest team members at the office. Any specific plans for operations when you open, like handling safety issues specifically?
Trying to still put that plan in place since we just found out that we were going to be able to open on the 15th.
It's been less than 24 hours.
20, yeah. So I'm still trying, especially because the open concept that I have, I don't know how I'm going to create those barriers.
You need a whole new floor plan. Yeah.
I might just have to kind of go and separate, take out like 50% of my occupancy in here.
Wow.
I think that's going to be my route because putting barriers and leaving my sitting open concept like that I don't think it's going to work. So I'm just going to have to reduce it.
Wow.
I think that's going to be the best way that I can handle it.
And when you, like regularly, like on a weekend, when you guys are super busy, do you use the second floor for seating?
We always busy up there. Yeah, it's, I think we're not going to be able to have more than 10 people sitting together at a table. So that was
you can have
like
more than 10 people. Yeah.
Like a party place up there, like for groups of 10 or so. It's going to be good. I mean, I can separate up there, give people space. Maybe, I don't know how I'm going to do the barriers. Hopefully I don't have to.
Yeah. Well, I think if you have the distance, you don't need to. I think, the booth, I think is where
So we'll see. I'm going to start working on it today.
Yeah. The reality is that this happened yesterday, right? So we are all trying to figure out what understanding, right? What are the limitations and what are the rules? And then how does that work in your physical environment, right? How does that work? And then communicating that to your customers on understanding that it is safe for them to come back and it is safe to dine in. Because it's also like that confidence of I want to go back, but I want to make sure where I go back is taking the measures. It's a little scary that there are some people that are out there and are not being as as careful or as respectful of the rules for all of our safety. So that definitely is something that we're having to monitor. So we'll see. Well, good luck. And if there's any way that we can help, definitely
Thank you.
Let us know. Anything else? Any other questions or comments?
Hey guys.
Hi, Melendez.
Chef Melendez over here. I haven't been able to meet Rafael yet, but I'm a fan of all the other businesses as well. So, but the question that I have, because of me as a caterer, of course, I have many challenges, and I'm still wondering when they're going to be allowing major events, like halls and stuff like that to open. But I'm assuming that the rules are going to be very similar to restaurants in regards to social distancing and stuff like that. But I'm assuming, and I don't know if Rafael has heard anything yet, that the Department of Health is going to be either contacting and sending some type of guidance or guidelines in what needs to be done. And I don't know if they're talking about even inspections.
Hopefully they will. No, hopefully they will come out before we open and give us some guidance, some breakout of whatever they're expecting. And maybe even if they come out before that day you decide to open.
That would be ideal.
Yeah. Help us more.
Yeah, this is a situation, typically when inspectors come in, we're all like stressed and nervous, but I think this is a situation where you actually want some guidance, right? You want to be able to make sure that you're following all of the proper, social distancing rules, because we know that we cannot afford to open and close back up, right? We know that we can't afford to go through that again. So it's going to be, so important, one, for business owners to understand the regulations and the rules and follow them as best as they can. And two, for the Department of Health to provide that guidance, right? To provide us the information that we need so that we are getting it right, and not, making just human mistakes. You don't know what you don't know. And so I think that's, the jury's still out of that. On big events, I think we're all trying to figure that out, from a personal perspective, from a business perspective. We know at the center, a lot of our funding revenue revolves around events. And so not hosting events means that we're not able to generate revenue, just like our, restaurant partners or bar partners that we use. And so that's another big one, hopefully on the list of the plan. It's been a little frustrating because we're getting kind of teaspoon information on, what can open and versus having a more comprehensive plan. Personally, I would have rather them hold off and give us a whole plan versus, restaurants and bars and barbershops are opening, but we don't have daycares. Daycares have not been approved to open yet. So just a lot of layers, and to your point, we're being patient with the government because they're learning it too, but it's also a little difficult from a user perspective.
We gotta be patient if we want everything to go the right
and be healthy.
route. Yeah,
we want to be healthy, that's for sure. We have a very important question from Nick asking about the margaritas being so fresh that can they be considered a breakfast drink? Nick, is happy hour somewhere? So
yes, they will definitely have your vitamin C's and all those good stuff, from scratch.
There you go.
Fresh squeezed lime juice, orange juice, all that.
You heard it from the man, so you have total permission to have margaritas for breakfast for all its nutritional value.
We deliver those to you just in case you didn't know.
Yeah, margaritas and mojitos, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
everything that we can, we just improvise and make it
okay,
happen.
excellent. So definitely you are able to order your cocktails. They open at 11, so if that's considered breakfast, that's fine. Any other questions or thoughts that anybody wants to share? Like, we have a small group today and a lot of friends, but anything else before we go into our announcements or the other part of this call?
Yes. Good morning. My name is Chandrea. Thank you so much for hosting this. I'm very excited to learn more about Blue Habanero because I've gone there, but I've never had the opportunity to speak, actually listen to the owner. So thank you so much for doing this. And my question is, have you been, during this time, has your restaurant been looking at new recipes or trying new things out to potentially have when the world opens back up?
Good question. Any new recipes or things that you're considering during this time? We're definitely going to need like a Corona drink or like a COVID-19.
No.
Of course, I'm thinking of the drinks,
I wanna forget about it.
Chandrea, instead of thinking of food items.
We just had come out with our menu right before we closed. So we had a seasonal section there. So we haven't really worked on anything.
Okay.
Probably when we open, we're going to put a few different specials and stuff like that. Something that we don't have on the menu. But as of right now, because it was sold, it came out of nowhere. So we just had to put our menu out there. So
yeah.
we got
Tell us about the
sections.
seasonal menu. What's on there? Because I don't think I caught that.
What do we have? Gosh, it's been long since I haven't seen it. I have a bunch of good stuff.
Cool, good. Well, at least we have something to look forward to, right? The
Yeah,
seasonal menu.
new things that haven't been in the menu.
Yeah,
So I
that's
probably have
exciting.
like 6-7 things.
6-7 new items. So that
Other
gives
than
us
tacos,
something.
and they're not tacos. They're specialty dishes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Woohoo. It's making us
Awesome. Thank
hungry
you.
right before lunchtime. Anyone else? So I think, and you'll still have a little bit of more time. So if there's anything that comes up, let us know. I think actually, again, thank you guys for participating. And Rafael, we are not done yet. I did want to hand it over to Randy to give us any updates that he might have around our center, activities that are happening around emergency funding. So Randy, if you could take it from there.
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Barely.
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
It's a little better.
Okay. My apologies, guys. I'm having issues with my PC, and I did not transfer. I just got so into listening what Rafa had to say that I completely forgot to turn on my Apple. So my apologies. Rafa, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for sharing with us. It's great to have that insight of someone who's in part of our community who can relate, and thank you for your insight and giving us that information. I do want to share a couple of quick updates. In terms of PPP, we know that many of us have been either waiting or have already received something, either the EIDL or the PPP. In terms of the paycheck payroll protection, round two so far, 2.2 million loans totaling a total of $175 billion have gone out in 1 week. So this money is going very, very, very quickly. I have worked with at least 3 clients this week who are basically starting from scratch. If you are, jumping on the bandwagon, you are late, but you should make moves today. Do not wait. Do not wait. And some advice that I will give you is that if you're unsure if you qualify or not, still apply, because you're going to go through the process of being approved or not. So if you get a no, it's a no. But you want to get in the pipeline as soon as possible. Excuse me. In terms of the average size of loans for PPP, round 2 has been 79,000. So most businesses have been getting about 79-ish versus the first round of PPP, which was an average of $206,000. So lots going on. There was some clarification that went out, and I don't think it'll pertain to many of us who are on this call, but some clarification came out in terms of nonprofit organizations with PPP. There was a lot of confusion because churches were also involved. And so they made some clarifications in terms of some of the equal employment bylaws that they have to have and implement within their organization to be able to apply and qualify for this type of funding. But nonetheless, like I've said in every single webinar, is that PPP and EIDL is not the only funds. There's other funds that you can tap into as well. There's just some perks that come with these two that you may want to touch on. EIDL, which is the Economic Injury Disaster Loan. There is some new fund that came out, which was approved by Congress. Just remember that EIDL changed multiple times, and now you will not qualify for $10,000. And I think I already said this in the last one. You will only qualify for $1,000 per employee that you have. So if you have 1 employee, you will only qualify for $1,000. If you have 20 employees, you will qualify for a maximum of $15,000 through the SBA's EIDL. So there is some funds. The platform is open at the moment. So I would say if you have not procured anything, as soon as this webinar is done, you should jump on immediately. If you need assistance, feel free to call us at the office. A few of us are working hands-on with clients on making sure that these applications go through and that the proper information is in there. So that's pretty much it. Stay safe, everyone. Wish you guys the best. Have a great weekend. Rafa, we wish you the best as always. We've had a couple of our networking events there, and it's always a hit. Great food, great. I don't drink alcoholic beverages. Most people know that. So I usually drink water, but everybody has rave reviews. So congratulations to you and much success in the long run.
Gracias, Randy. Thank you for the updates. Definitely, I see a lot of folks on this group that not only maybe entrepreneurs or service providers, but have a broad network. So make sure you're communicating a lot of that information around folks that might have not applied for emergency sources. If you're out of the federal side, know that there are a lot of local resources. So please ask those business owners around you that are struggling. I'll mention once again, you could call our office at any time, Monday through Friday, from 9 to 5 p.m. and you could speak to someone that day about emergency funding for small businesses. So you will get somebody, if not immediately, within an hour to talk to you about what those options are. So that's something else. If somebody doesn't know where to start, where to go, have been shut out of other programs, you know, we're seeing a lot of folks that were talking to a banker and then the banker never got back to them. If you're having any of those issues, or if you know anyone that is, please encourage them to call our office. We want to be as responsive and helpful as possible. I see Roberta and Phelan on the line. Also know that Jumpstart has office hours in Espanol on Fridays from 2 to 4, 2:30 to 4:30, something like that. Roberta, thank you for your support and for being on the call. If we could have that number up on our chat, that would be great so that people could take advantage of that. We are all, you know, equally trying to get through this and help everyone. Trying to think, next week, I did want to talk about next week's session. We are really excited to partner once again with our partners at Jumpstart to bring a special speaker to you, or a special topic, right? One of the things that we know that's happening most around COVID is, you know, we talked to Rafa about his ability to take care of himself, right? How do you stay sane? How do you keep it together? And at the same time, you're managing your house, you're managing your business, you're managing staff. So it's a lot that we're doing. So we are going to talk about leadership during crisis. So we have a special presenter that is going to talk about ways that we could cope, acknowledge where we're at, and also practicing some emotional intelligence on how to be able to be responsive during a time of crisis. So again, very relevant topic to what we're all going through. Even talking to the speaker in like a pre-planning session, I felt like, oh my God, I need this in my life as we're thinking about going back to work. When is the right time, making some hard decisions, but really taking care of ourselves as entrepreneurs and leaders, so that then we could give our best to our businesses and our organizations, and of course our families. So hope that you could join us. Definitely spread the word. You know, these sessions are open and free to the public, so the more the merrier. It's always good to see everyone. Unless there is anything else from anyone else, any other thoughts, questions? Minutes. Great. Rafa, again, thank you for your time. Thank you for your good work. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, you're doing a great job, and we will all be back.
All
We will be back eventually. Everyone, thanks again for joining us for Business as Unusual, and we will see you next Friday. Have a great weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.